This song's called Bro Him.
Fucking bull. Good fucking morning, bro.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Hey, man, I couldn't think of a better fucking guest to have on. You know, typically my podcast focuses on small business owners and people in the grind building something, you know, but that doesn't take away from people like you who it's not a business and you're not for profit, but you have a podcast that you're doing now. But now in this new location that we're in, you have some blood, sweat, and fucking tears in this fucking place. So I was like, man, I gotta have you as my first fucking guest to baptize this motherfucker. So thank you.
Thank you for having me on. I'm pumped up to get this started, but this is fucking beautiful. It's beautiful coming here to your pad, parking my car and walking up your driveway brought a lot of memories back, right? And then when I came back here and I saw how nice it looks now, like I said, I didn't know that when you record, working out and the Cobra Fitness videos, I didn't know that was coming from here. I thought that was coming from your pad.
Yeah.
So this is fucking beautiful. This is the best place to record this podcast because of that, what you just said. There's a lot in here. There's a lot of positive energy in here. I came in here, worked out, got ready for the fucking life, dog. But you're missing one thing in your homes.
I know what you're gonna say.
What?
Punching bag.
No, not that. That too. You're missing the punching bag. But also up here, where it used to say, "Do it, pussy."
I don't know if it was this.
It was over here. It was under the bench. It was under the bench.
Well, the bench didn't live over. Was it over there?
It was above the bench because I remember when you working out and seeing up there and seeing, "Do it, pussy." So I think that needs to go.
I think it was somewhere around here, bro. To be honest, it was either this beam or that beam. Probably this one because I feel that's two in the middle. But yeah, no, but it's gone. Yeah, you're right. It's gone.
I think that should go up. Okay, so I got something right here for you, Doug. So this right here is something that represents full circle. Okay.
Full circle.
Full circle, Holmes. Because what's the name of your podcast?
BANGTIME.
BANGTIME Podcast. Now, what was before BANGTIME Podcast?
Before it?
What was before BANGTIME? Up here.
Oh, the clothing brand?
BANGTIME Customs. Now, you gave me this, Holmes. You gave me this fucking years ago. I've worn it a couple of times. It's been in my garage, but I'm bringing it here today so that you could put this up here. Because I don't know. I don't want you to stop doing this. I want you to be successful. And I want you to keep, just keep fucking going, Holmes. And here you go, my man. Open that up. Open that up, dog.
I gave this to you.
You gave that to me, man. So now I'm giving it back because it was just in my garage. I'm sorry, it was in my closet. It was in my closet. So now I think that this should go up here.
Holy shit, this is like the original logo, dude.
Yes.
God damn, here you go. Check it out. How it started, where it started. There you go. Boom.
Full circle.
Thank you, brother.
Hell
Thank you.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you. Let me get this right here and put this. Fucking awesome, bro. All right, bro. Let's get into a rhythm here. So
Yeah. Let's do that.
let's get started. So let's start. So give me your full name. I don't really know you as this fucking person, but give me your full on your fucking birth certificate name.
My first name, okay, Reinaldo Jesus Maese. Reinaldo Jesse Maese. But I also have earned. I also have a nickname that I've had since 1990, and that nickname is Bull. So many people, everybody fucking knows me as Bulldog. You know, I answer to Bull.
I don't know you as anybody else. When I hear Ray, when I hear you introduce yourself as Ray, I'm like, that's fucking gay.
Yeah, you're Ray. Ray.
Who the fuck is Ray? Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
now, why do you feel you use that? Because you would introduce yourself, when we were young, when we met, you would introduce yourself as Bull. Like, right. Bull was that's who the fuck I am. Okay. That's who I am. Well, before we even get into that, who gave you that name? How did you earn it? Give me that story. I've never fucking heard that. Never heard that.
So I got a buddy, Victor Key. Do you know Victor Key? You ever met Victor Key? You had to have.
Probably.
He passed away a couple of years back. He was, I met him at St. Paul in 1990. It was the summer school going into our freshman year. We played football together, so it was a bunch of us, you know, and when I shaved my head, and he said I looked like Bull from Night Court.
Oh shit.
So he started to say, "Ah, fucking Bull from Night Court." We all laughed about it. Whatever. I accepted it. I took it, right? But that was only known amongst us. Like not people out of our little circle knew.
Yeah.
I was given the name Bull because of
inside joke.
Yeah, inside joke, right?
Right.
But throughout the years, thank God, throughout the years, my I don't want to say reputation because you got to build a reputation, right? So my actions on the field, my actions off the field, in the weight room, and just being the type of guy that I am, that overshadowed the Night Court reason why I got the name Bull.
Yeah.
But still, it's still funny. I think, fuck it. Whatever.
I mean, how you got it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I never knew that. I thought it was something. I mean, because when I met you, you were a force. You had that persona, you had that force, and I thought, fuck, it makes sense. Fucking bulldoze his fucking way through your fucking face if you don't get out of the way, right? And it made sense. And I was like, okay, fuck yeah, it fits. The shoe fits.
Yeah. Right?
So I was like, all right, perfect. And then, as we got to know each other better, we found out we both like to work out, and we would hit the gym together. And I think we were, I think you were a little bit bigger than me at the time, but we realized like, well, we're similar in strengths. Mm-hmm. We don't have to change out weight for each other. And like, if you put in more, then well, fuck it, then I'm doing more, And I think it kind of like, we just started pushing each other, right? And I think it just made sense, man. But
steel sharpens steel.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how you started with Bull. Crazy. I thought it would be a different story, bro. Completely different.
Well, that's a cool little surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise. And that happened in summer of 1990, going into my freshman year. And Victor Key, what's up, Victor Key? Boom, rest in peace, man. Good fucking dude.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker. He was the type of guy that when you had a bad idea, he realized that it was a bad idea because he was down for that bad idea.
Oh shit. Okay. Those are fun guys. Well, let's start with this, man. So let's cruise down. Let's cruise down your high school, your beginnings, right?
All right.
Because I feel like high school is when you start being molded as who you're gonna really become, right? Talk to me about that, like how you went to St. Paul, right? Talk to me about the molding of who you became, Bull per se, as opposed to Ray. Which fucking, that's gay, dude. I don't like saying it. I don't even like saying it.
My name's Ray. No, but now, before.
It's like, and I'm not, and I don't like my name, fucking Lewis. My name is fucking Lewis. I don't like my name. I've never liked it. Never fucking liked it, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. But I think so like before, like when I was younger and I introduced myself with Ray, I don't think I said it with confidence. You know what I'm saying? Bull, I was able to say with confidence. Now that I'm older, I say Ray with confidence now. My name is Ray. You grow up, you learn. So all right. So, and this, this kind of relates to what you just asked me about, high school and So, all right. So, entering high school, dog. So I grew up in Boyle Heights, first in Fresno. From there, I went to St. Paul High School my freshman year, and coming into St. Paul, I thought I knew who I was, dog. You think you know who you are because you have. You don't know anything else. I had established myself as an athlete. I established myself as, I was a fun dude. Like I had borders that I had created for myself.
Borders?
Borders.
What do you mean by that?
I don't want, maybe not borders. Yeah, borders like as to who I was. This is who I am. Like I created who I was, and I was in this. I didn't know anything outside of that, because I had not experienced anything that was gonna make me be anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew who I was up until that point. Now, when I went to St. Paul, I was put in a situation where I was in a completely new environment. I went from Boyle Heights to Santa Fe Springs. That's a lot of cities in between.
Yeah.
So you go down there and you have to start all over again. Like I knew a couple of guys that were already there, like my friend Jason Rivas, him and I, who I grew up with at Evergreen Park. We came to St. Paul together, and then I had a couple of other guys there that I had went to Our Lady of Talpa with. So I knew them. I had a couple of older classmen that were Steve Munguia, Mark Hernandez, that were from the neighborhood, and they were there at St. Paul already. So I had people here and there, but for the most part, they're not going to help you. They're not going to help you become they're not gonna help you be independent. You know what I'm saying? And you can't look at somebody and be like, well, fuck, I'm so-and-so because I'm their friend.
Yeah.
So,
No, absolutely.
You have to establish yourself.
Of course.
So, and I'm very lucky that I had a good group of guys around me that supported me during my freshman football, summer conditioning, and Hell Week, because that was fucking hard, Holmes. I had never gone through anything like that before.
Hell Week?
Yeah, like all of that summer conditioning.
Tell me what was hard about it.
Running the way we fucking ran, bleachers, the weight room. But the reason so those all sound easy, right? Like that sounds like something that can be done.
Right.
But when you are at a program like St. Paul during that era, they want you to, you have to be willing to die in order to win, and they break you down and create you into that person.
Build you into
that person,
Yeah.
And that breaking down comes with pushing your limits, going farther than what you think you can go, running as hard as you can until you pass out. Like I've done that multiple times, working out in the weight room until you throw up, and then it's like, oh no, don't go outside and rinse your mouth. Get back in there and fucking work out. Because if you're throwing up in that fucking bucket that's in the weight room, because there's a bucket in the fucking weight room for you to throw up, and it's hot as fuck. There's no fucking ventilation, dog. This is summer. Get in there, getting down. You just ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Circuits, dog. Fucking 45 minutes. Get as many as you can. Next circuit, 40 minutes. Okay, so if that stops, if you're holding a weight, you're fucking holding the weight. And if somebody's throwing up, you're like, hurry the fuck up. Hurry the fuck up. Fuck. You just stop being a pussy. Stop being a bitch. Get your fucking ass back in there. Let's fucking go. So that right, I had never experienced that, dog.
I don't think anybody, who would have very young, right?
It's not just the coaches, right? But it's everybody around you. It's everybody around you. Everybody was holding you to a certain standard of how you had to be in order to fucking win, dog. Like I would have drank poison if that meant winning,
Now, let me stop you right there. So in that era, so you're talking the early 90s, right?
90, 91, 92, 93, 94.
Yeah, so that era, right now with everything you were telling me, I was like, fuck, it pumps me up. Like, fuck yeah, I want to be a part of that. It pumps me up. But now, it was a different just era, right? Just different people, just different rules, regulations. Now, I don't see St. Paul being able to do that anymore. Mm. I don't know if they do or not. I don't know if they can.
They'd get closed down.
Yeah,
they would get shut down.
Sued.
Yeah.
Probably sued, right? Which fucking sucks. and I feel like our youth is they're being ripped and stolen of something that is fucking great for them.
I agree.
And I don't think parents, facilitators, educators understand that. Like there's something about it. Like I was just reminded at my daughter's softball game, her uncle showed up and I've gotten, and I didn't realize how I've gotten so used to it. And I was like, what? Wait, you're fucking right. Where the girls walking to their position, they're like walking, bro. They're not
Get your ass out there.
For me, once you cross the white lines, you fucking run to your fucking position and you run off. Yeah. When you cross the white lines, you could walk. They're fucking quiet in their dugout. But I've gotten so used to that shit that I'm like, well, what is that's just sports now. Mm-hmm. And right now that you told me that, I'm like, fuck, it reminded me. And then when he mentioned it, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I guess I've just gotten used to it. Mm-hmm. For my kids played soccer, softball, baseball, and I saw it year after year. And I would kick and scream and like in my head, right? Or with my wife, and she'd be like, well, it's just not like that anymore. And I'd be like, well, fuck, it needs to go back to it because these fucking kids, the education system doesn't understand how fucking important sports are. I believe coaches should, and I'm gonna put this on record, coaches need to be fucking paid as much as fucking teachers. They gotta be qualified and do a good fucking job, but they need to get fucking paid because they are fucking molding your youth for 4 fucking years. Dude, it's the truth.
I agree, 100%, dog.
I think I became who I am because of sports. and coaches. If I have coaches that let me like do whatever I want, I had a coach who, if you fucked up, you'd get a chair thrown at you. Like it was crazy. Or get the fuck out of here. Go, take a lap.
Go run and think about that shit.
Yeah, like now it's
until
like,
I say stop.
Now it's like, oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, it's okay. Take your quiet time. It's terrible, man. But anyways, getting back to you getting shaped as a young man, right? So you gave a lot of credit to your coaches in that whole program,
whole environment. I learned so much about myself during those 4 years. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know that I'm capable of taking a lot of punishment, man.
Well, but besides that, I think let's try to list what you learned from that.
Okay, what did I learn? I learned that looking back at it now,
right.
I've learned that.
Which as a young kid, right, we'll say kid, you don't know what you're learning. It's just fucking pain.
Yeah.
Right? But
preparation, I learned that hard work, like being in the weight room, being in running, and having the state of mind that anything is possible. Someone who is not talented, physically talented, athletically talented, or can beat someone who is more athletically talented than them. Because
wait, say that again.
Okay, so you got because my team, we were not, we weren't the best athletes, dog. We were athletic, but we didn't have anybody on there that was gonna go like fucking D1.
Okay.
We didn't have anybody that was gonna go and play at USC, UCLA, fucking Florida, these big colleges that were known for football. We didn't have anybody like that. But the division that we were playing in, we were playing in CIF Division 1. We were playing against teams that had those guys, that were fucking packed with those guys. And we were going out there kicking their fucking asses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we were just meaner fucking dudes than them at that point. We would go out there, and one thing that St. Paul is known for, back then, we were known for being hitters, right? We would punish you. We fucking just going out, because we would be punishing each other at practice, hitting drills and tackling and just getting after it, wanting to make the other guy feel the sword. That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
Let's make them feel the sword today. Let's fucking give it to them. And so we went out. We were a bunch of fucking crazy nuts. And also, it's the group of guys that we had. We were a very special group of guys where everybody was on the same page that wanted to do the same thing.
So if I could stop you right there, I think what you're telling me is your first lesson that you figured out is hard work beats talent.
Hard work beats talent. Yeah, consistency beats talent.
Yeah.
If somebody, you got somebody who's a little bit more talented than you, you could wear them out. Yeah. Take them to deep water. Like what do they say? I'm gonna take you to deep water and make you learn about yourself.
Yeah.
You take them to deep water and you make them to learn about. Let's see the type of preparation that you have done for this. Because I know that I've done a lot. So let's go fucking test our wills.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I learned, and that's something that I really enjoyed doing. When I was there, man, I enjoyed fucking just letting motherfuckers have it and knowing my job that I had to do, and seeing the other team coming out in certain formations, and everybody on the defense already knowing all the possibilities that can happen from that play because we were prepared. Mm-hmm. So preparation is a big one. I also learned that you are physically more capable of doing what you think. You might think that once you're tired, you can't go any longer. Mentally, physically, but I've learned that you can.
Push past that.
You could push past that, and when you do push past that, it's such a great fucking feeling. We all have something left in the tank where we don't think we do, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned that. I also learned how to get back up, because I got my ass kicked multiple times, dog. On the football field, on and off the field. You know what I mean? In those eras, dog.
Yeah.
And you learn how to respond from getting punched in the mouth. You learn how to respond. You learn how to respond from getting just beat up all fucking practice. Now, this is something that I was thinking about, because I thought I kind of had an idea what we're going to be talking about. My junior year, I played defensive tackle, and this was Hal Week. First day that we put our pads on from fucking all year, right? We're getting ready, for the season, whatever. First day of Hal Week, get our pads on. Andy Tejas was tight end, and Richmond Diaz was the offensive tackle. these guys flat backed me and pancaked me multiple times in a row, Dick. Like it wasn't like poof, oh he get up. No, it's yeah, like that. It was that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that hurt, man. That was hard, dog. Hey, and I imagine experiencing that multiple times.
Yeah.
You know, just getting fucking double teamed and flat backed.
Right.
But you know, you learn to get up and you learn to, you know, you don't want that to happen again.
What made you, when you said it hurt and it was fucking hard, what made you not quit?
Because I know that I know that I'm gonna eventually get them. You know, I know that quitting is not me.
Or let me ask you this. In the 90s, I mean, I know it never even crossed my mind, but I didn't even have that in my vocab, I think, to quit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what that is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you had that at all either, right?
No.
And
I would like to think I don't, you know?
well, yeah, no, I mean, because it just doesn't, something that
Yeah,
just,
I think I do. I don't want to. Like, I don't like, you know, you don't stop doing some shit because you don't get it right, or you don't stop doing some shit because, you know, you don't stay down if you get knocked down.
Right.
You know, fucking man, get back up.
well, that's how we were raised,
and
and that's what we learned, right? And the reasons I'm asking this question is, number one, because it's who made you what you are, but how I think, again, our youth are getting stolen from it. They're stealing that from them.
Yeah.
You know, which is fucking terrible. I don't know what kind of men we're gonna get in the future. I don't know. I'm really concerned about that. But moving on, so you're learning these lessons, right? How do you use that now in life, man? Like, how do you use that?
You know, let me just revisit that last question, because one major thing that I learned is brotherhood. I learned brotherhood.
Yeah.
I learned what it was like to be a part of a team, to be part of a group of individuals who are focused on the same goal. And a group of individuals who have the same mindset as you. Like I said, not quitting. Because that type of shit just didn't happen to me, it happened to everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you got back up for yourself, but you also got back up for your team. You got back up for that guy next to you because they're counting on you. You know?
Yeah.
And I brought that out to my life as well. You know, I brought that out here to the way that I live my life. You know, one thing that attracted me a lot to the Alhambra guys, because when I met you guys I met you in 1995.
Yeah.
So that was 1 year out of high school for me, right? Because I graduated in '94. I went to Mount Sac, and then I came over to East LA College.
There's a water for you down there.
Thank you, bro. And that's where I met you. And then when you introduced me to all these guys over here on this part of town, I fit in because the way that you guys treated each other.
Explain it so we understand what I know exactly what you're saying, but explain it to the viewers. Like, what does that mean?
I think it has a lot to do with you all growing up together. You might not have all grew up. You all knew each other from who did you go to grammar school with?
Who did I go to grammar school with?
And you know
that when
we talk
hang
about
out.
when we talk about like the Alhambra group of dudes, you know, like who did you go to grammar school with?
Mondo, kindergarten. John.
You know Mondo since kindergarten.
Yeah, Johnny,
okay.
Fern, who I think we're gonna see today, right? Who else do you know that's from in that group from elementary school? I think that's it, bro.
But then when you went to high school, like in high school, who did you go to high school with? Like all you motherfuckers went to high school together, dog. Except for those guys. Those guys went to San Gabriel.
In my elementary school, we were pushed to San Gabriel High School, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is that my elementary school is 5th through 8th grade. And fuck, at some point you get like, bro, I don't want to see you another 4 years, dude. I want to go explore in my small brain. I want to go explore a different school where you guys are not at, because what's going to happen? We go to the same school, we're going to just regroup and do the same shit again, right? And I was like, nah, man, I want to try something different. I told my mom, and that's how I ended up. That's how I ended up at Alhambra, right? We had to find an address and all that bullshit. But that's how I met the guys at Alhambra. And then I just, you tied in, you meet them, you kind of start figuring out who's genuine, who's not. And then some of the guys I had come across in Little League Baseball and all that. So then, hey, what's up? What's going on? And it went from there. But the guys at Alhambra, I mean, I don't want to fucking sit here naming them all, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. So what you're getting at is just the brotherhood that we previously had before you met.
I was very surprised to see that to experience that somewhere else.
Yeah, that it existed somewhere else.
That it existed somewhere else, and that's why I fit in. I fit in like a glove with you guys. Yeah. I was quickly accepted because I didn't have no friends over here on this side of this part of town.
Which was weird because you grew up over here.
I lived right here, fucking
down the street.
Talman Homes. But that's because I was never here.
Yeah.
I was, like I said, I grew up in Bell Heights.
And then Santa Fe
And then
Springs.
I was out there in Santa Fe Springs. Because when you play sports, you're at school all fucking day.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah, man. So I found that in you guys over here as well. And that was refreshing to meet people near me that I was able to be myself with.
Now, when we met each other, we started vibing and going out and hanging out. What was it like? What kept you? What did you like about that brotherhood? What did you like? What was it? Just like how we knew each other? How we like? What was it? How we protected each other?
Yeah, we're very protective of each other. Hey, you need a ride? I got you. Or hey, I'll go pick you up. Or it was. Just, I don't know, man. But yeah, I do know. It's just. I think it's just accepting me.
Yeah.
But I was not gonna be hanging around with a group of pussies.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't a pussy.
Yeah.
So that's it. I enjoyed that part of the group as well, where the group was it was tough guys. Bunch of tough guys, dog. Like guys that could that would not give up. Guys who knew how to respond to a punch in the mouth, not just physically but also mentally, also in life.
Yeah.
Like I felt like it was a good group of guys that included myself in, because you guys were not soft.
Yeah, it's crazy. So speaking of brotherhood, right? So then all my friends from elementary school ended up going to San Gabriel. I met friends over here. And what happened was crazy is we started going out at night and house parties. This was the era of great fucking times. And I started meshing the friendships. Like, hey man, I'm gonna invite my friend from over here. Yeah, fucking bring them. And then they meshed and they got along. And then that small group and this small group became a fucking big group. And then it was like, fuck, everybody had each other's back. And then you're rolling to parties and bars and clubs like you're fucking untouchable, unstoppable, which is crazy, right? So you found that here, you had it at St. Paul, you found it here in your hometown. Now we're gonna fast forward now, because it's hard for me as a father, it was hard to change that brotherhood to fatherhood. It was hard, because as you know now, it's a big switch that has to happen. Like as much as you love your friends and everybody else, your children and the mother of children become like your number one priority. How did you make that switch?
How did I make the switch to making my family the main priority?
Yeah. Because here, and the reason I asked, there's a lot of people who struggle with that.
Yeah.
Even I did when I was young. I mean, I had my kids a lot younger than you, so I still feel like I was a young, not irresponsible, but like childish kid still at like 20. I think I was 25 when I had Presley, but like I still feel like I was young. I wasn't mature enough to become the man that I needed to be. So how did you make that switch?
I wanted to be the best legacy, I think. Like I could say that, okay, I wanted to be the best father that I could possibly be. I wanted to be the best husband that I could possibly be. And the reason for that is because I did not want to be the reason something went wrong. I did not want to be the reason that my kids grew up to be fuck ups.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be a good father who established a good foundation for my boys. I got 3 boys. Well, I have 4 boys, but I lost one. I wanted to build a foundation for them to grow up and be men, not pussies.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
So at what age did you get married?
Let me see. I got married at 10, 20, I'm 50. 2012. I think I got married maybe about, I don't even know, dog. I don't know if the math. 14, I was but 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Yeah, 36. Because I had Rudy at 41.
Okay. So you were a lot mature at that point, right?
Yeah.
A lot more, you know. And I asked because, like, again, I was 25 when I ended up having my first child, and I don't feel I was mature enough. I didn't give my wife now the man that she needed at the time, because I was still kind of immature, trying to, like, damn, I want to be with my friends, but now I got a kid, you know. And I wasn't mature in the mind yet to like, man, that's it. You got to switch, you know. You got to switch. I was still going out a little bit, which I shouldn't have, you know, and you know, I have a little bit of regrets on that. So that's why I asked, like, how did you were just ready at 36, like, hey, I did my party time, I did all that, I'm ready, like, to be this person, this new person.
Yeah, and then, you know, also, it was not something that, you know, like, it was something that was planned with me and Darla.
Yeah.
Because we were unable to have a kid. Yeah. Right. And this is something that I'm very grateful for Darla, because she figured out how to do it. You know, I was the last maestra before my 3 boys were born. I was the last maestra. There was no male left to carry on
the legacy.
My legacy, the last name. And that was a lot of pressure that I did not really talk about, right? So yeah, we tried artificial insemination. I think that's what it's called. We did that. It was unsuccessful. And then Darla found out about in vitro, right? So we went the in vitro route, and that was successful.
Yeah.
We had Rudy, and then we tried it again. We had 2 more, the twins. And then a couple of years after that, Darla, we had a natural pregnancy, which was Nico. And we lost Nico, you know, 5 months in the womb. There was nothing that can be done about it. And that brings a lot of closure to me, that the doctor said there was nothing that can be done about it, you know. But I was ready to be a dad, because I knew it was coming. So I had time to think about the type of father that I was going to be, you know.
No, and that's freaking great, man. You know, again, I was immature at the time. You know, I was, you know, it was tough. It was tough to just, like, all of a sudden, damn, you're gonna be a dad. Like, what the fuck? You know, I wasn't ready at the time.
Check. You believe that everything happens for a reason?
100%.
So you think that, you know, you being in the position to be a father at that time, that's what you needed in your life?
I think it's what God saw, that, okay, I put you down once, you didn't fucking learn, so I'm gonna give you this, and I know that that's gonna change you, right? And it did. It took me a little bit, you know, but it did, and I'm so grateful for that, man. I'm so grateful. So, like, moving on. So, like, okay, so here, I'm just gonna give you this one. Is there something now, being a father, that you're like, you've had to unlearn to be a better father? Like, does that question make sense to you? What's something something that you would do, but you're like, damn, I can't show my kids this be this way. You know, like, I'll give you an example. For me, I don't know why, and I don't know where I got it from, but I you know what? I was watching this documentary on Hulk Hogan this week. And I'm so grateful that I grew up in the 80s and 90s, because we grew up with Hulk Hogan, Rambo, Rocky, dude, like, all that, right? And I think that's where I got it from. Like, well, you're a man. That's what you're a man or boy. That's what you do, right? And it's something that I had to unchange, because I was like, I had to think, like, well, I don't want my sons in the same wars on the streets like I did. Fast forward now, though, I didn't realize that our world was going to be filled with such pussies that they really don't need to. They just have to be good humans, right? That's something that I had to unlearn, and I didn't teach my sons, right? He does like my older boy too. He does what's the jiu-jitsu at his gym, and then Diego does. He has a punching bag at home that he likes to hit, you know. But I don't encourage to, like, go get in fucking street fights, so you fucking learn what it takes, right? How it feels like.
Yeah.
That's something that I unlearned. Like, is there something like that you think, to be a better father? You might not have one.
Maybe, yeah. You know, like, when I'm out and about in the streets, you know, me and Darla, we have our date nights, and I know that my actions, that negative actions have consequences. So I try to be cool, man. Try to be cool, if there's any
Negative actions being out with Darla?
No, like, when you're out and you're fucking have beers in you.
Yeah.
And, dumb shit can happen.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I keep in mind that, negative behavior, there's consequences to negative behavior. So I try to kind of be cool and not bump into anybody, say excuse me, say sorry. If I'm
Be respectful.
Be respectful. If I'm loaded, I'm not getting in the car. If I'm out, I try not to get too loaded.
Talk about that. Why now? And this is going to be, this is going to be online forever, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. You won't get in a car when you're loaded. Now, back in the days, it was like a regular fucking exercise.
Weird fucking thing, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking drinking, getting fucking loaded, driving home, still with the beer, drinking it like this, boom, and driving. Oh, yeah, motherfucker, turn that shit up. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Hey, what's up, babe? Hey, pass me another one. Copy. Hey, boy.
What about moshing in a car when you're fucking driving?
I was thinking about that.
Like, how the fuck?
Hey, I remember we were driving to a concert. I was driving. It was me, you were shotgun, Abel, and Georgie, and we were drinking 40s.
40s?
I remember being in traffic on the 101. We're in traffic on the 101, and we're fucking drinking 40s, and you jumped from the back seat, from the front seat, you jumped to the back seat, and you guys were back there fucking moshing. Yeah, man, I remember that was fucking a great fucking time. I remember one time we were in the back of your truck. You had just got the big. I don't know what kind of was.
Chevy,
the big Chevy, and I remember being back in the back of the truck moshing, and I remember almost falling out the fucking window, dog. Holding myself like this. I went like this. I had to do this or I would have went out, bro. Yeah, man. So
I felt it funny you say, like, I won't drink and drive.
But back in the days, you're not thinking about that. I didn't have kids, but now I got kids, and I try to be responsible, man, because I don't want anybody else raising my fucking children, man.
Yeah, I get it. I remember there's this one time, I don't remember if you were in this van. We were in somebody's minivan. Their parents, they snuck out their parents' minivan. And it wasn't mine. It was a Toyota that had a sunroof. And I guess, do you remember the movie Teen Wolf? Mm-hmm. Someone has a fucking great idea on the freeway to get on the fucking roof.
Fuck, bro.
Were you in the van?
No, I was not in the van. I wasn't in that.
I was kind of like,
I probably would have done it too.
I was kind of like, damn, that's a fucking terrible idea. But fuck it, you're gonna do it, let's do it right. Turn up the music and fuck it. And we did it from like the 10 to the end of the 710. Uh-huh. And I mean, they didn't fall off, thank God, bro. I think it was Haliaka, dude, or I don't know who the fuck was on the van. I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, that's funny you mentioned that,
How about this crazy story? Real fast, dog. This crazy fucking story. So me and Andy Tejas, we're out in Hollywood, we're fucking partying, we're in his truck, and we're coming down Santa Monica Boulevard, Mom, right? And then on the side of us, my fuck couple of the homies pull up, man. You know them, they're some of the Montebello homies. They pull up on the side of us, and they were just out there partying too, right? And they were in a truck, so we're going down. We're driving down Santa Monica, and I'm like, hey, slow down. I'm gonna jump in your truck, Dick. I got out of Andy's car like this. We're going down Santa Monica jamming, dog. I jump out of Andy's truck into the homie's truck.
King guy.
And then, what the fuck? Pull over, and I was like, let's go. I'm gonna do it on the freeway too. They took off. They saved my life because I probably would have done it.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Because you do dumb shit when you're young.
You do.
You do dumb shit when you're fucking full of alcohol. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I'm buzzed out, I have stupid ideas, but I don't really act on them anymore.
Yeah.
I do my best not to act on them.
Well, yeah. I mean, at 50, bro, I hope our fucking minds are getting right. Yeah. But now, so moving on from like the brotherhood into fatherhood, right? What do you miss of the brother? Do you miss anything of the brotherhood? Is there anything you miss?
I miss the being shoulder to shoulder with your brother, working towards a common goal, but like everything that comes along with that. Working hard, holding each other up, holding each other accountable. And just working towards a common goal, and that's something that I try to bring to my kids now. Like that's my brotherhood now.
Yeah.
My sons, that's my fucking my brotherhood, bro.
Yeah, no, I get that, and that's funny you mentioned that, man, because that's the reason that I started that whole fitness thing. because I miss the exact same fucking thing. Like sometimes, like I come here and I do it myself. I work out myself. I pump myself up. I do whatever I can to like get me up to I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, man. At this age, I'm 49, or I'm gonna be 49. At this age, it's hard to drive yourself here every fucking day and get one in. You know, because life gets busy. Your body don't feel the same. Sometimes you're tired from the day, and I do like because it's something about having that brotherhood where you show up, yeah, you push each other. Like here, maybe if I push 2 plates 1 or 2 times, if I had somebody, I could do 4. You know what I mean? You remember that, right?
Yeah.
You do more, you see somebody else doing it, you push yourself. And that's exactly why I started doing that. And I think we're not the only men at our age, because we grew up with that we still yearn for that. Not in a bad way, like to do stupid shit, but to get better. Like, right? Like my goal is to create a brotherhood as fathers, but in the positive way, without stupid, you know, like push each other to work out better. Hey, if you're doing a business or I got a podcast going on, well, fuck, let's make you better. How do we make you better, right? And I think it's something that you could congregate, like, I don't know, once a week. You sit down, hey, how was your week? Hey, fucking, I struggled with this. Hey, you know what, that happened to me. You know, this is what I did. Try it, you know, something like that, you know. I truly miss that too, man. I truly do.
You hit me up about a month ago or maybe 2 months ago and asked if I'd be interested in something like that.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I'm down. I'm interested in something like that. You know, it's also, you know, an opportunity. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, 100%.
To get in and talk about it.
Because, you know, being a dad is 24/7, you know, and sometimes if you could just step out of that to make yourself better for that situation, I think it's golden, man.
Absolutely.
It's a golden thing. Okay, so moving on, man. So what are the sacrifices that you're making now that people don't see?
The sacrifices that I make now that people don't see. Man, what am I? It's hard to say. That's a hard question, because I really don't feel like I am in a position to where I have to sacrifice anything that I enjoy doing. You know, I'm not like, if everything that I'm doing right now in my life brings fulfillment to me.
Okay.
You know,
now let's talk about one of those things. So one of the reasons, and this is a podcast for small business owners and whatnot, and that's typically what I focus on. But I wanted to have you on because, you know, number one, when you do things, the more reps you do, the better you get, right?
Absolutely.
But you have your own podcast. Tell the viewers what the name is, what your goal is with that podcast.
All right. The name of my podcast is Let's See What Happens Podcast. You can find all of my long videos, all my full episodes on YouTube, Spotify. I also promote on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify, all my shorts. On YouTube, all my shorts. But, okay, so what I want to accomplish with my podcast, the podcast is about growth. The podcast is about bringing your real life experiences and the knowledge that you gained from those experiences. Knowledge so important that other people will benefit from it. So I want to get people on and I want to talk about where you've been, where you at, where you're going. Let's talk about what you've learned. And it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be a win. It could be a loss. It could be a birth. It could be a death. It could be a conversation that you had with your parent. It could be a song that you heard, a breakup. Anything. It could be a paranormal experience. Because
I think that was your last episode, no?
No, that was 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
It could be anything, because we have knowledge that we've gained throughout our life. Important knowledge. And I want to get people on and I want to talk about that. I want to learn from what they have learned. I want my audience to learn, whoever's listening, learn from what the guest has learned. And also it puts the guest in a position for them to learn as well. Because when you're talking about shit that's happened to you in your life, you might not be the same person you were when that happened.
Yeah.
So revisiting an experience, revisiting the situation can give you a completely different perspective and an opportunity to learn something else from it.
How do you go about choosing your guests?
Just hit people up, man.
There's no like, it's just whoever's willing to.
Whoever's down to come on, let's talk about.
Okay, so if you're willing to be on, hit them up.
Hit me up.
Where can they hit you up?
Hit me up, and
Where can they send you
Where
can they send you a message if they want to be on?
Shit. Go check out my anywhere. Instagram, Let's See What Happens podcast. TikTok, Let's See What Happens podcast. YouTube, Let's See What Happens podcast. Message me if you want to come on and talk about the knowledge that you have gained from your experience in life.
Yeah, so hit them up if you're not shy.
And if you have my number, fucking hit me up. If you're down to come on, hit me up.
What's the hardest part about having the podcast? We just discussed it earlier off camera. What is one of the hardest things to do with this thing?
Probably when people cancel on you.
Yeah.
You know what
Getting
I mean?
the guests.
Getting the guests on. Getting the guests. Well, it hasn't happened often, but I understand life is life. Shit comes up and you might have to cancel, and that's fine. Cancel, go do what you got to do. But then that puts me in a position where I got to find someone to fill the space. And if that doesn't happen, that means I'm not going to record. Yeah. And it is what it is, you know, like, but the podcast is something that I do because I enjoy doing it. I go out, I talk to everybody. I love to hear people's stories. And so I figured, why not get this on camera? Yeah. Why not get this on camera? Why not document this?
Well, I'm going to tell you, one of the goals for me was, okay, again, I want to shine the light on small businesses and guys who have taken the risk to build something, a legacy, whatever it is, because I know how hard it is. But number two, the most important part is there's something that hit me. Maybe I think after I did your podcast, when I was a guest on your podcast, where I go back to like my grandparents were a big influence to me, people that I've cared about who are no longer here. What do you do? Like for me, like I go find a little picture and that's all I have of that person that meant so much to me. So something hit my head, like, because I'm not a guy who like, look at me, come see me. The posts I do for the fitness stuff, it's not really about that. For me, I'm leaving behind content for my kids and my grandkids in the future that they could go back and see, well, what was grandpa about? Who was this guy? Mm-hmm. And they could forever, once we put this out there, it's out there forever. Yeah. You know, that's one of the biggest things that I've done it.
I've thought about that too. This gives my kids an opportunity to watch the videos, watch the episodes and say, oh shit, that's what dad thought. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, that's one of dad's friends. Yeah. It gives my kids an opportunity to, you know, it's a memory for them. Yeah. You know, because, you know, we're all going to end up a memory.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And, you know, we're at that middle age, man. And if we're blessed, I hope we're blessed with another 100 years, but we know that's not real, right? If we try to take care of ourselves as best as we can, and which is exercise is more important than back in the days now, not just clanging and banging, but cardiovascular, the way we eat, our cognitive memory is so important now. Like we got to start taking care of that now to last better. So we're not just a vegetable later, you know? It's key, man.
I try to, because I know it's the inevitable. Mm-hmm. You're going to start to slow down and your body is not going to, you know, be able to do the things that you're doing now. So I try to put myself in a position for later. I think about my future self and I wanted to make it harder for that deterioration to happen.
So let's talk about that a little bit. What are you doing to do that?
I fast. I do
every day or?
Well, every day I fast no less than a 16-hour fast, which usually ends up to be a 20-hour fast. That's when I start getting hungry. I do one 24-hour fast or a 48-hour fast a week. I take cold showers. I cold plunge when I'm able to. I have I set up a little gym in my garage. I work out in my gym. I walk. It's not just weights. I also do, you know, cardio. And my cardio could be walking. It could be, you know, power cleans that I'm doing really fast to keep my wind up, mm-hmm. burpees. Mm-hmm. I do that Cobra Fitness workout that you shot to me. I read books. I meditate. Yeah. I try to take care of my, you know, my mental state of mind. The better that I am, the better the people around me will be. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I think about that. And I also think about what my kids are looking at, because we talked about this earlier. Your kids are going to do what you do. Yeah. You know, and I want to be a positive example for them. Yeah. And so,
you know, what's funny is, so we're sitting in this gym, which it's called the BANGTIME gym, right? And my brother and I founded this. Well, there was a choice. you could build out anything in this room, right? We could have had a pool table in here. We could have had a man cave type deal where we just sit here, have beers and cigars, which is cool too, right? But we decided to like, hey, this is what we really fucking enjoy. Like, it's like really something we've always enjoyed, so we fucking did it. So fast forward now, we made it a little better. When you and I worked out in here, it was nothing like this. It was fucking nothing like this, but we made it better. And now the new generation's in here, and it's crazy. Sometimes, man, I walk in here, they're blasting the music, and man, I just go back, man. Those are some fucking good times, man, that they're doing here with the friends they have here. The only thing, the rules I tell these kids, no fucking phones. I don't want to see no fucking phones in here. And walk out of here leaving everything on the fucking table. Like, make sure you fucking push. Don't just be here to be here. Fucking push.
Yeah, don't be disrespectful to the guys that were in here before you.
Yeah, like fucking push. And they get it, you know? But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's something that, you know, we all have a choice of what to do with and I feel like this is the age where men and women start falling off, start getting fat, start like, you know, I'm concerned, like, let's talk about this a little bit. A lot of our friends who are really, really overweight, I'm concerned about that. I love the guys, man, and I'm concerned. And they think it's a joke, it's funny, but it's not, man. And sometimes I'm like, fuck, man, you guys gotta fucking do something.
I don't want you to die.
Yeah, like fucking start walking. Like, man, do something. Do something for yourself, not for me, and not for yourself, for your family, for your kids. You know, like it's real shit, dude.
Hey, that's kind of like what you just mentioned right now. That's where the podcast, that's where Let's See What Happens podcast came from. Because I was in a situation where I was very unhappy, but I didn't know I was unhappy, dog. I was working a 9 to 5, right? I know it's a long fucking story, but I stopped working out. I got asked the question, what are your hobbies? Shout out to Patrick, because I ran into a friend that I had not seen in fucking years. Ran into him at a 40th birthday party, and he asked me a question that caused me to reevaluate myself. To me, you know, he made me realize that I needed to change shit in my life. And the question he asked me, what was your hobbies? And I said, I go to the gym, I work out, I play chess, I read, and on the weekends, me and Dara go out. And when I said that, I was like, oh shit, you know, I don't work out anymore. I don't read.
Oh, you just said that.
But that's because that's what I used to do.
Oh, okay.
But I realized when I said it, I wasn't doing any of that shit.
Why?
Because I had just stopped.
Was it because you were busy being a dad? Like, because I understand, especially with twins. Like, I have Irish twins, right? And I know how hard it gets when they're super young. Like, you can't do shit. Your mom's tired. Fuck, as soon as you get home, like, hey, I need your help. Like,
this is pre-Rudy.
Oh, really?
Darla was.
Shit.
I think Darla.
So what the fuck's your excuse?
I think Darla might have been pregnant with Rudy.
Okay.
So I was working a job. It was a 9 to 5, right? It was I took the promotion. Everybody was like, "Yeah, fucking do it. This is where people go to retire. That's the type of job this is, man. You get this fucking position and you're fucking good." So I took it, and it was fun. It was all right, but then I was idle, right? In the beginning, I used to do push-ups and fucking air squats in my cubicle, but then I just got lazy, dog. Fucking eating breakfast, eating lunch, eating dinner, fucking getting fat and bloated and being lazy, and being satisfied with my situation. And when I heard myself list the hobbies that made me happy, but I was no longer doing, it had really had an impact on me. It made me think about what makes me happy, and I realized that I was not. So I was like, what am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm fucking weighing 255 pounds. I'm fucking, I'm sitting there, I come home from work, I sit down, I'll open a fucking beer, and I'll fucking watch SportsCenter. I thought I made it. And I thought that's what you do when you
adulthood,
make it.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you do, right? So when I was younger, when I was a little boy, my dad told me something that has stuck with me, my entire life. He said, only worry about the things that you have control over, and don't worry about the things that you don't. And throughout our life, we hear different combinations of that type of a statement, Mm-hmm. So here I am, fucking, 40 years old, and I have to reinvent myself. So I went in order to change. I had to change my inner get down before I changed my outer get down. I had to change my inner reality before I changed my outer reality. And one of the things that I had to really understand is what made me happy. What was I good at? Let's start doing the things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
And that's where the podcast came from. That's one of the things.
All right. Now, speaking of work, and you're saying, are you still in that same industry? Are you still, what job was that
I'm doing something different now.
What job was it that you?
I don't want to really get into what it is that I do.
No, not what you do, what you were doing.
I'm no longer, I'm same job, different assignment.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, I have that on my list. And I guess so I'm not going to say what it is, but I feel like if there is ever a perfect position for somebody that I know, this is the perfect position for you. Like, I'm like, that is fucking, fast forward when you told me what you do and what you're, I'm like, what, fucking perfect. That's a perfect job or position for this person.
Yeah.
Right? Perfect.
It fulfills, it checks a box that I need in my life to be normal.
Does doing what you do and seeing what you see impact how you're raising your boys?
100%. Because I know the possibilities. I know what's out there. I know what can happen. And you know, and also one thing that made me realize that I've talked to my boys about, there may be a time when dad doesn't come home. Because I might not come home one day.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
And so I've had that conversation with them, and I think that that job has made me live in the moment and enjoy the moment more.
Okay, nice. Well, let's give some props to your wife, man. Let's talk about her. I think knowing you for as long as I have, and when we were young, I feel like she is like the perfect partner for you, man. I feel like I don't think you'd be this person without her.
I agree.
I think she is the anchor to your family. I think she is like, I think she'll beat your ass if you don't fucking do shit, do it right, you know? Like,
I don't know if she'll kick my ass, but she'll take me to deep water.
Yeah.
No,
you know,
but yeah.
It's let's talk about that, because it's, you know, what she does for you guys. Your kids are on camera all the time, and it's a battle that my wife and I had. She is very private. My wife is very private. I don't want my kids on camera. I don't want anybody knowing about them. I don't want any. So I respected that, and we don't post. You guys went the whole other route. How do you feel about that? What's your thoughts on that?
I trust Darla's judgment, you know, because the one thing that matters most to her in her life are our kids.
And I say this because, okay, I think I have like 10 followers, right? Darla has like, thousands and thousands. Yeah. And obviously she doesn't know everyone that follows her, I assume, right? Mm-hmm. So these people are watching your kids as well, right? And I'm sure it's been a topic that's been brought up to you guys before. I don't know. But like you said, you trust her judgment.
I trust her judgment.
You know,
and she would not put our kids in danger. In danger.
Has there ever been a situation?
No. But people do come up to her. They're like, "Hey, I follow you. Okay. I know who you are."
So in a positive way.
Yeah.
Nothing negative.
Nothing negative.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Nothing negative. But we do have a plan installed if anything negative ever does happen, because I could have a negative interaction out there, you know? And so if we're together, you know, and we're going to be taking off soon on a pretty long trip, and we're going to be, you know, pretty far from home in a different, you know, whole different environment. So we've talked about, you know, what we're going to do. And if something comes up and happens, Dara, you get the kids, you get out of there, and we'll go back to wherever it is, to go back to home base. Yeah. And let me deal with whatever's happening.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. So let's talk about being a father now. Like, right. How important is that to you? What does that mean to you?
What does it mean to me? Being a father is it's my favorite thing to do. And I tell my kids, hey, being your dad is my most favorite thing to do. I love being your dad because I have these little boys, man, that I'm able to put into them whatever it is that I want. And I could also keep from them whatever it is that I want.
For now, because once they start going to school, while they're in school.
Yeah, they're in school.
School's going to start feeding them some shit.
Hell yeah. And that's where my come in as well. That's why I talk to them. I try to teach them what's right, what's wrong. I try to teach them manners. I try to teach them how to behave in public. I try to teach them about, just the dangers of the world too, man.
So how old are your boys right now?
Rudy is 8, turning 9.
You don't have to give me their names, just their age.
Yeah, 8, turning 9, and then my twins are 6, turning 7.
6, turning 7. So you are in the, I grabbed this cup from my mom's coffee place, and I was looking at this.
Yeah, I was looking at it, dude.
And I think that's like my favorite age right there, man. Where I tell you, man, you need to embrace this time because you're gonna blink and it's over. And it's crazy how that goes.
The golden blink. It's called the golden blink.
Yeah, man. And you just embrace it as much. And you guys are doing it though. You guys are creating memories with them. You guys are doing all that. I think you have a home where they have a pool, just a bunch of fun shit. So that's fucking awesome.
I try to slow down, man. I tell them too. I tell my boys, hey, look at me in the face. Look at me in the eyes. Let's just look at each other. Boom, and I look at them. All right, you come here. Let's look at each other in the eyes. Just look at me. Let's look. Boom. Take your mental pictures. You come here. Let's look at each other. All right. Hey, I fucking love you. Hey, I make sure that these guys know too. Hey, you can come to mom and dad for anything. You could tell us anything. We're not going to get mad at you. We're going to fix it. Tell us the good things. Tell us the bad things. You could come to mom and dad for anything because I want them to know when they're older, that's going to be big because I don't want them to be afraid of me getting pissed off at them or whatever. If it's some bullshit that they got themselves into, I want to know about the bullshit so I can fix the bullshit.
Yeah. How do you discipline them? Have you had to discipline them?
Hell yeah.
How do you
when they were younger, I used to spank them. But now
they are young, fucker. When they're in diapers?
No, when they were, because I was like, you know what? I need to have them understand that when I'm pissed off, when you fuck up, and my voice reaches a certain tone, it's business, And so when they were, I'm not whooping the shit out of them, you know what I mean? But give them a little pass.
Really?
Don't do that shit. Because when they were younger, when you're young, you don't fucking understand talking, You need to get your point across. Because I could talk to a fucking 5-year-old, a fucking 2-year-old, 3-year-old. I could try to tell them what's right and wrong, but they're not gonna fucking get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to hold people's hand over the fire.
Yeah, you do.
You do. Oh shit, that's fucking hot.
So you do the disciplinary at home?
We both
do. At my home, I didn't do any. I couldn't because you know what? At the time when my kids were very young, I was never around. I was helping build our business. My brother and Pop's business. I had my own. I worked at a law firm.
For the record, I didn't fucking hit them all the time.
All right. No one's going to call authorities,
bro.
For
the record, it happened maybe each of them got spanked maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was enough to let them know that that's some bullshit that they're not supposed to be doing.
Cindy had this I call it the fucking pinch of death, bro. Have
you ever got the pinch of death?
No. Oh, actually, I have, and it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts, bro. She would pinch them in the inner thigh real hard, and I think she had to do it once to the kid and never again. She was able to go to doctor's appointments, schools, and they will sit there all fucking until she's done. And then they won't. There was no cell phones. There was no iPads. Or maybe there was, but we didn't use them at restaurants. They ain't no fuck nothing, bro. And this is in the time when they were really probably this age, where we would sit at restaurants way too long, way too long. Like her and I, we were drinking. We didn't realize, oh shit, we got kids. They would just sit there playing with sugar packs, fucking creamers,
fucking milk.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. Or back in the day, the restaurants would give them, the crayons and the paper to draw or color or something. And the waiters and waitresses were awesome with them, but they would never be out of line. They would now I go to a restaurant and every fucking kid has an iPad, iPhone, fucking, it's crazy, man. Yeah. I don't understand it. I don't get it, but it's what we live in, But that pinch of death worked.
And the pinch of death is necessary because kids need discipline, kids need boundaries, Because when they grow, it's to protect their lives.
Yeah.
When they grow up, they need to know that there are consequences to your actions.
Yeah, and this fucking timeout, like, oh, you're on timeout, or let's share your feelings, or friend, let's talk about, like, fuck that. Like,
I do that though. I do. Hey, go to get out of here. Go to your room. I don't want to see you right now. And I'm gonna call you down. If you're not ready to come down, you're going right back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I talk to them about what they did wrong, so you know, hey, this is what you're not supposed to do. So if you do this, this is gonna happen. If you don't do this, we're good.
Yeah.
And so I try to, you have to let them know what it is that they did wrong.
Yeah, no, of course, of
course.
course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, but I cuss too. Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, I cuss
Are you supposed to do that shit? You're not, right?
Yeah.
Because I think also it emphasizes what you're trying to get across to them.
Yeah.
Like my boys I love my boys, man. They're fucking good, and I tell them when they get in trouble, I tell them I can't let you do this. I can't just let you do anything that you want because then I'm not being a good dad. I love you. That's why you're fucking being punished because you gotta learn that you can't do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then I don't want to raise fucking little assholes that think they can do whatever they want.
I get it. What kind of men do you want your boys to become?
I want them to be better men than I am. And,
How so?
I want them to hopefully learn life lessons earlier in life than I did. And I talked to them. That's one of the reasons why. I like I said earlier that I have a gym. I bring them in there. We punch the bag. I have them punch in the bag. They're doing push-ups. They're doing pull-ups, and I'm talking to them about life.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just try to introduce them to ideas and philosophies before they experience them themselves.
Yeah.
So when they do experience something, they're gonna say, "Oh shit, this is something Dad talked to us about." I know.
When they come across it.
Yeah, I know what to do because he talked to me about this. Now they might not get it now because they're young, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop talking about it. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop trying to teach them a certain, like my dad, dog. Like I said, he told me, don't.
Oh, I thought somebody was coming to work out.
No. I was looking at a bird. Don't worry about the things that you can't control.
Yeah.
Worry about the things that you can't control.
Yeah. It took me a long time to learn that, dude, honestly.
And I still hear my dad's voice in my head.
Yeah.
My mom's voice in my head. And I want to accomplish that with my kids.
All right, good. What values are non-negotiables?
What values are non-negotiables?
In your household?
Values. Oh, hey, don't talk to mom like that.
They talk back to mom sometimes?
Sometimes with the tone of voice, like, whoa, don't talk to your mom like that. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
And it's crazy. My kids have ended up fucking great. And I feel like I don't think I had a lot to do with it. To be honest, dude. Like, I don't know how. I mean, it was all Cindy, dude, because she was at home with them 24/7. And I feel it was her, my small influence was like the fucking, the man of the house, like, come in, like, hey, like, when I spoke up, it was very strong compared to mom, but I don't feel I really had an influence. Because back when they were young, man, I really, and I'm gonna mention this, that was the reason I shut down the brand. It was nothing to do. I was at the best point, probably right before blow up, to be honest. It was right before blow up. I was in 42 stores, from the Mexican border to Salinas, in 42 stores. I was making decent money, and I was doing a lot of trade shows. And in those trade shows, man, it was doing very well.
Fuck.
And there was something that happened, bro. And I don't think I've ever shared this story. For some reason, I was home. The kids must have been, how old did you say the twins are?
6.
6, maybe 5 or 6. I was sitting on the couch in the living room, and they came out of they were showering together, because again, they were Irish twins, right? 11 months apart. They ran out of the shower, and Cindy was chasing them with a towel, and they were in the living room, and she was drying them off. And I remember seeing them, and I thought, how did they get so big? Where the fuck have I been? Where have I been? And then I told myself, fuck, you're chasing a stupid dollar. Like, it doesn't matter if you make millions. I can't buy that time back. And that was that fucking moment. I remember it like yesterday, bro, that I was like, fuck it. I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna focus on the shop with my brother and father. I'm done with the law firm. I'm just doing one. I'm gonna go all in on this fucking, this company. I'm going all in. Like, it's all in, all or nothing. Fuck, make it or break it. I'm all in here, but I wanna focus on that more. Because I was missing games, I was missing practices, because trade shows started on Fridays, 9 in the morning, and would go to 11, 12 o'clock, like the ink and irons, the tattoo conventions, all that shit. They were late nights, bro, and it was a lot of drinking, bro, Monday through Sunday. And then I just said, I'm fucking done. I'm done. It wasn't a hard choice, but it was like, money would mean nothing if I didn't get to cherish. And then after that, I was at every game, every practice, and it fucking changed my life, man. So that's why I tell you, man, make sure you're fucking around, however the fuck you could do it. To be like, I'm a father who's able to, I've been to every high school game of my kids, never missed one, except when Diego and Presley were playing, because they played at the same time, and they played the same sports all the time. So mom would go away, I would do home games. That's the only time I had to miss a game. Other than that, I'm their number one fan, dude. But anyways, I don't know, I forgot how I got on that, but.
Kids, man, kids are important. Kids.
Oh, how they became great kids. And I don't feel like I had an influence really, you know? And so that's good that you're
But
around.
you know what's cool now? At that, you didn't have an influence. You think you didn't have an influence back then. You did though. But now that you're aware of it, you are in it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because you realize that you weren't.
Some of the stuff, and let's talk about it a little bit, Father. Like some of the shit, I don't know how to handle. Like there is no guidebook to be a perfect dad, right? There is none. So we're learning as we go, right? You're learning like shit. Like how do you deal with this? You know, I had my older boy who I had some problems with in the beginning, and I was very young at the time, and there's no guidebook. Like you just kind of like, well, what did my dad do? Oh shit, he beat my ass. Okay, well maybe that's what I got to do. You know, like I don't know, like you know. And all I remember, the key lessons that I learned from my dad was fucking hard work, motherfucker. Hard work. Get the fuck up and work. Don't be fucking sitting around watching TV, fucking all this shit. Get up and fucking do something. And kind of like now, like Cindy kind of has a problem with me. Like I don't know how to just lay there. I don't know how to just sit there. I don't know how. She's like, can you just lay with me? And this, I'm like, I don't know how. Like, I can't do it, bro. I cannot be the guy who takes a nap in the middle of the day. I wish I could. Dude, trust me, I wish I could. I don't know how. My body don't let me, my mind don't let me. If I lay there, like I've sat there for like 5 minutes. All right, bro, I gotta get up. I gotta do something, you know? Because at a home, you know you have a home. There's always shit to do.
There's always shit to do, man.
We got 3 cars. There's always something wrong with the car, or check something on a car. There's shit. There's always something to do. And then there's you. Like right on me, the weekends, I love to fucking go for a run. Those are the days that I go for a run because it's early. I don't have to work, so I'm out. And you know, typically I'm at a track or somewhere. You know, and you know, I just don't know how to sit there, bro. It's weird. I don't know if you can, but I can't. I don't know how. I was never allowed to, so now I don't even know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, man.
But you do take your mental health breaks, right?
What is that? What do you mean?
Like you do running?
Yeah.
Right?
What I'm saying,
running is for you to recalibrate your balance.
I talk to myself, bro. I'm fucking weird, bro. I talk to myself.
Good, no, that's not weird. That's good, dog.
You know, like I go back to my high school track and like I ask myself, okay, well, what have you done with your life? Where are you? Where are you in this journey? Like, are you getting better? Are you doing nothing? Are you just fucking an idle? What are you doing? You know, you know, I've done a lot of shit, bro. I wrote in a book. You know, now I have this podcast. I keep reinventing myself. Keep just I don't know, building, bro. You know,
it's mandatory.
You know,
growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, who knows what the next 50 years have in store for you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I always say, like you know, I turned to 50 on April 14th, and you know, I would like to think that. I refuse to think that I've peaked. Fuck that.
Oh yeah, no.
You know
Too
what I mean?
young for that
like,
shit.
there is so much more that I want to do.
Yeah. You know, I'm at right now. I'm super excited for some shit me and Cindy have in the works that I can't share, but I'm excited about that, man. It's fucking cool, man. It's gonna be not easy, but it's gonna be something different, which I'm excited about. But we'll see that.
Is it gonna be something that we can all enjoy?
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're gonna go into a little portion, and I don't even know how long we've been doing, but we're in the hour, somewhere in the hour. I'm gonna call this rapid fire. All right, you just pick one.
Okay.
All right. Discipline or motivation?
Discipline or motivate? Discipline.
Okay. Strict or understanding?
Understanding.
Really? Okay. Hard lessons or soft guidance?
Oh, come on. Fucking hard lessons, Holmes.
I don't know, bro, you know. Legacy or lifestyle?
Legacy.
Biggest fear as a father? This was
Failing.
Failing?
Not being present.
Okay. Proudest moment as a father so far?
Just seeing my boys happy. Seeing my boys happy without a worry.
Well, they're in that. So, and you know what's crazy right now?
Seeing my boys fucking, when we walk into a room, seeing them confident to fucking shake everybody's hand, being confident in rooms, man.
That is a good thing, man. What advice right now would you give a man who is stuck in that brotherhood mentality and not ready to really switch into be that responsible fucking man? What it takes to be a fucking real father, dude. You know, like, 'cause everybody thought it was cool. Like, and maybe it's not the individual, maybe it was the environments we were in, right? Where it was cool to have a bunch of girls. And who would you tell that guy who has children or a child who is still fucking immature? What would you tell that person?
Slow down. Slow down. Go home. Look in the eyes of your children and understand that you are responsible for their future.
Yeah, step up, man. Like, yeah, it's if you were telling Bull, but you see, you were ready for it. The thing is, I wasn't. It just happened to me. You were yearning for it because you guys were trying.
Yeah.
You were at a different state than I was.
Yeah.
You know, so there are guys out there like me that needed to hear, like, hey man, like, you're done. You've done your time. You had your fun. It's time to fucking be a real man.
Yeah.
You know, I never realized, you know, people promote and it's advocated in movies and films and music videos that, oh, it's fucking cool to fucking being a man is having girls and this, all this, but fucking being a real man is being a fucking great father, responsible husband. That's a fucking real man. You know, that's what I believe, you know.
Me too.
All right, man. Well, I think we're getting to the tail end of this, bro. I don't know how long we've done.
Hey, which is the one you said, legacy or strict lifestyle?
Yeah.
I said legacy. Then there was another one you said.
Hard lessons or soft guidance?
No, keep going back. The one that said, oh, really?
Strict or understanding? You said
Yes,
understanding.
I said understanding.
That's cute.
Because I think that one, hey, with understanding comes strict, right?
Right.
With legacy comes lifestyle,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's just my reasoning behind it.
All right, this one's gonna be a little. I get a little emotional just even fucking thinking about this one. All right.
Oh, fuck. Let's do this.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up here, and this one I want you to look at the camera,
Okay.
and when you're no longer here and your boys come across this, I want you to talk to them and tell them, hey, whatever message you want to tell them when you're no longer around. You know, and they come because this is kind of the reasons why I'm doing this. Like, right? It's on there. Like, you know, if you could talk to your boys and tell them, like, hey, or your grandkids, you know, and you're not, and Bull is no longer around.
Yeah, that's a hard one, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But what I would say, hey, boys, remember that daddy always loves you.
Simple.
That's it right there. Remember that daddy always loves you. Remember that daddy is always with you. When you miss daddy, you have these videos that you come back and look at so that you remember daddy. When you miss daddy, go to the places that you used to go to with mommy and daddy, because daddy's always there. Daddy is always with you. Daddy loves you. Never forget that.
That's good. You ready to get this fucking pump on, bro?
Let's do this shit.
This song's called Bro Him. Tell my friends, present, better be on. especially those who weren't with us too long. Life is the most precious thing you can lose. When you were here, the fun was ever ending. Life a minute was an the beginning. Check the Matthew 13, one for you!
Just got finished recording an episode of BANGTIME Podcast. Got my post-podcast workout in. When you get the opportunity to come down here, record a podcast, and then get your post-workout in, do it. Don't be a fucking pussy. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.